now.
Okay, good. So let's today we're gonna warm up with object technique, describe an object without using the proper name.
Okay.
Okay.
I found that we have so long time not played with this.
We have what?
We have so long time not practiced the object.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it's been 2 weeks, so we're trying to do a cycle, and then we'll go to storytelling. Just warm up, okay? So
Okay.
let's go to page 12.
Okay.
All right. So the object today are going to be professions, so type of work people do.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
as you can see there on the top left is a scientist.
Yes.
So the first thing is just describe what you see in that picture, and then what do they do, right?
Okay.
What is their main purpose? What's their function? And then where do they work at? Where can you find them?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So from the first one. Okay. Now, for the first picture, there is a woman. Who is just dressed in white. It's a kind of white suit, and she is holding something liquid or something whatever in a tube, and before herself is a desk in which is sitting which there are three tubes set on the desk, and beside it there is a alcohol lamp, and it is just burning. It is just boiling some liquid above it. Such motion let me feel it is a very very serious and very sometimes I will feel that it is a creative task, and of course the woman is just to do the experiment, and she wants to test some result of the reaction of between two or few chemical objects. And they always work at the laboratory or just in the lab, and always they want to discover a question from the phenomenon, and they want to do much enough experiments to prove the question, to prove the hypothesis of the problem, and at this process they want to collect the data and analyze them, and at the end they want to have a result, have a consequence of all this work.
Exactly. You would research, right? Research something.
Yes, you're right.
In fact, in your area, in brewery, would you be doing something like this, analyzing, mixing, or is it all pretty much done already?
Yes, of course. I think I want in my new field, I want to do the same thing, but but besides, because my work, the property of my work is just changed. I'm not just to prove theories or prove or prove a hypothesis. So hypothesis. Sometimes I just need to create many facts. Yeah, and it is not. The result is just not right, correct or incorrect. It can be okay. This result is not what I was supposed to be, but it can be much better than before. Yeah, such like this. So, there is a little bit difference.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, how about the next one? Secretary.
Okay. Okay. For the next one is also there's also a woman sitting before her desk, and she is just dressed in a very formal suit, and she is typing. She is typing in the type machine, the very old machine, and of course she is doing some calculation for the account, and she is dealing with many events of her manager, maybe. Yeah, and usually they want to finish their task, which is raised by their manager, and they want to do a very good schedule for their manager, and they want to always they want to clear the account for their manager like this. Yeah, all of their task is very small, but very very tiny event for them to do. But the account of this is such event is so large, and we can always see them at the office. Yeah, like maybe their office is just beside, just at the outside of the manager's office, or just beside the boss's office, and it is always sitting in the office building, yeah, like this. Yeah.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, how about the next one?
Okay, the next one is front picture. We can saw there are two men who are talking with each other, and one of them, the man on the right, he is wearing a white. Maybe it's. I think it should be white. Yeah.
Well, white or greenish blue, right?
Yeah, greenish blue suit. Yeah, and of course he is white. He is also wearing a white or bluish green hat. And we can find that he is also dressing a slip and maybe a couple of glove, yeah, white glove, and he is just talking. He is just discussing something with the man on the right, and this kind of people, just like a doctor, but they are very special doctor for the to deal with the problem of your of not for diseases, just for some hurt. If there is something that hurt you and like broken your skin, your bone is broken, or your body, some parts of your body are just be attacked. They always they are always looking for such problem of your body. Yeah, and usually they always want to have an operation for the patients. Yeah, so they are always working very exhaustedly. Yeah, because sometimes sometimes the schedule is always be filled with operations, and of course we can sort them at the hospital. Yeah, and they and maybe there are someone that are working in the clinic, but I think it is not so are not so usual, because they also want to take charge of many operations.
Yeah, kind of more like a specialist in different areas, like in brain surgeon, liver, heart surgeon. So they're more specialized, right? Specialized kind of doctor.
Yes, of course.
Very good, very good. All right, how about the next one, the tailor?
Actually, I don't know this word. But
you know the kind of work it is, right?
Yeah, I can guess it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. There's an old lady sitting on the desk and using the machine for the crewing.
Sewing.
Sewing. Sorry. For sewing, and she is just sewing on the clothes, and you can notice that the body but there is a body mood on the left, and she is just making a clothes for her customer. Yeah, it's a very traditional job, and because nowadays many clothes which we can purchase in the store, being making by the machine. Yeah, and so in such jobs is not so common nowadays, and now we can now sometimes we can find them in some old store or in some small store at the street, and which as some close store just side the street. Yes.
Right. So there's a seamster. Seamster is somebody who just saws. They saw the clothes, and then there's a tailor who actually can design, can customize, can also sew. Sewing.
Yes. Sometimes they want to design. Yeah.
Exactly. But you're right. Most of the big department store, they have their own factories. So it's becoming more like from machines, right?
Yes.
All right. Good.
And how to what is the word of the machine they used for the sewing?
Sewing machine.
Just sewing machine.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cause my boyfriend is just working in a sewing machine company. Yes, the name is called Brother. Do you know it is a Japanese company? Brother.
There's there was one in America called Brothers with an S that they used to make typewriters. I don't know about sewing. Maybe.
Okay. Because it's a very famous company, it's a very famous brand in Japan. So it's very usual that you don't know it.
No. If it's big in Japan, it's probably big in America too, because Japan sells a lot of the big items in certain areas. They're also big in America. That the Japanese make. Yeah.
Okay.
They have a whole new, like Yamaha pianos.
Yes.
So they came up with they have a slightly different approach.
Yes.
To how the technology they use or the machinery, how they design it, than the traditional American one. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Nice. Okay, how about the next one? A really easy one.
The next picture, there's a lady standing in front of the blackboard, and she dressed she is just dressed in casual, and not so formal, and she is just pointing some word on the blackboard and want to show it, want to pronounce the word on the blackboard for the people who are just watching her. And this kind of people just take charging of training or convincing many knowledge in the audience, or like the students, or like the audience who she is taking charge of to cultivating them. And we can serve them in many educational working I want to say in some working position for the education, like the institute, or some cultivating organ organization, and like in the university and schools. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, one last one, the technician.
Yeah, and the next picture is a man and who is just dealing with some very complex problem of the computer, and I think their work is just it just like fix the computer if the computer is just be attacked by the computer virus, or there are some problem for the devices. Yeah, they are so helpful, and since such kind of people can be found in many in many office and in many company, because nowadays people the information technology is so commonly used in many people's work and in their daily lives. So so this kind of people is very important, because if there are some problem on the computer or for the electronic devices, they all of the work of the employee will be forced to stop. So such people are taking charge of to dealing with many intermittent problem for the devices. So after they have dealt with it, and the other employees can keep their work on.
Very good, very good. Okay, let's scroll down to excuse me, page 53. So it's quite a ways. 53.
53.
53.
Oh, they are so much better. Okay.
Yeah, I know, too many pages.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Wait.
I'm not arriving.
Yeah, no. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Yeah, we're in the right. 53, correct. Okay, so there are 6 words in each row. Okay, and I'm gonna select a row for you. Okay. Wait. Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay. How about row 8?
Okay.
Now you select one keyword, you focus mainly on your story, and then you try to use the remaining words after about 1 to 2 minutes of speaking about your story. Okay? Now you just try to use all of them afterwards, but you're not required to use all of them. Use most of them if you can. All right?
Daily audience. Series achieve. I want to choose audience. Yeah, it's a very funny experience happened during my high school period, and I remember that it was happened in the New Year's Day. I mean, it's not the Spring Festival Day; it's just New Year's Day, and there usually at that day at that day, usually in the campus in our school, there is some shows needed to be needed to be held in at that day, just for entertainment, and because in our high school there are many different grades. Our school is just combined from the kindergarten to the high school grade students. So usually at that time we have so much different perform different programs performed at the same time. And I remember that we are the grade at that time we were grade 2 students, and some of the grade 2 students were demanded to make a play, which is about the dancing. There's a story between 2 groups of dancers, and they are fighting together, and there are many fights. Yeah, there were many fights between them, and like this kind of story, but just before that, when we were practicing the play, I was so annoyed because the guy who take charge of the program, he completely he completely didn't know anything about the perform, and all his mind is just in a mess. And so uh so at that time so just before before that day we wanted to perform. I feel that the final consequence would be totally accurate. Yeah, just like this. Uh, and at the and to the final, we wanted to perform, and at the time I just feel a little bit nervous and on the stage, and because I'm not so happy before, and and I also feel a little bit annoyed, and I should have to uh, see my word uh, originally, but at that time I just forget some of it, and I just say the very daily words, the very daily sentences, and the story is about two groups fighting, so there were many conflicts between their talking. Um, but But originally we don't have the dirty word. But at that time, cause I was annoyed and I was a little bit nervous, so I just say some dirty word on the stage. And after that, all of the audience started to be crazy, and they are so shocked. Why this man can say such words on the stage? And after that, I found that I have done a very serious a very serious behavior, and I found that I'm totally wrong, but I have to kept calm, so I just went on the performing. Yes, but uh yeah, but I just feel, but to be honest, uh, s- I just felt relaxed, cause I just had released my anger to all of the audience. Yeah, cause I know the performance is so accurate, and the performer um can could not be totally watched. Um, yeah, and so I have the preparation for the I have the preparation for the crying from my teacher, and but to the end I found that it just they just tell me that you cannot do that with a gentle smile on their face. And at that time, I found that I just achieved safety. I safe. I was safe now.
Mm. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Uh, how about number? So we're still on page 53. How about on line 5? Hello.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I'm just looking at the word.
Okay.
difficulty person producer varies. Redirection people. Oh. I just found that my thought had disappeared. I don't know what is happening. Wait, let me calm down. Yeah, just I think the line 5 is okay. Yeah, but I don't know what I should choose a keyword. So I just tell the story. Maybe I can use the word. Yeah. Okay. Okay. When I was studying the United States, I found that there are varieties of people, different kind of people. No matter the white people, the Asian, the black people, and all of them are just combined with each other to form such nationality. The first time, I can. Oh my God, your air is so noisy.
Right now?
Yeah, yes.
It's the same as before, no?
No. It's just suddenly to become so noisy.
I can hear you clearly, though. I can hear you very clearly.
Yes,
Okay.
constantly. Yeah. Okay, go on. The first time I go there and I went there and after I took off the airplane, I can know I could see many different type of people waiting outside of the waiting outside for their friends or for their relatives, and I found that they are so different. Just not just like in China, all of the us are Chinese, all of us are Asian, and with the same face, yeah, such like this, and so this is the first impression on me about American, and after I had studied my course there, and I found that everyone's accent is so different. Even my native language is not is not English, but I can notice that different people have different accents. Like the word adder or the adder, and people would like to pronounce like either. Yeah, just like such difference between them. I found it is very funny for me. Yeah. So because before I before I went to that nation, I will think that that nation will have the totally the same habit, the same kind of culture, so they would behave diff different with us. But when you were living out there and you when you had met with different people there, and you will find that you would find that so even living in that nation, there are also many difference just among the native people. Yeah. Uh, so I can uh I can feel the difference uh at the when I was just staying there. I can feel different very many different aspects between the Chinese people and American people, but of course, and I of course like uh of course, like the waiter in the canteen will provide much more drinking than in China, and they will provide much better service than in China. Such like this, but uh, actually, I also realized that even among the American people, there are many differences also between them. Yeah. It's not like China, because in, in American, uh, in American there are majorities of different types of people, and the habit is so different, just based on different persons. Um, yes, and uh, and the production of different good like the clothes is will range widely, like the size of the clothes is so will be um um how to express it. For example, the 3XL size of the clothes, maybe I might maybe when I dress in that,